I'm John from Great Lakes Country, and in today's episode of the Monument Grill series, we're making the most amazing Chinese takeout style pepper steak. I love Chinese takeout, and one of my all-time favorites is a delicious pepper steak. You've got little thin strips of beef, lots of bell peppers, onions, and of course, the sauce that brings it all together. And like a lot of carry-out style Asian dishes, it really comes together quite fast and simple. And it really boils down to the ingredients you're using and the sauce that goes into the whole thing. And in today's video, we're gonna be using the Monument Grill's Denali 605Pro to cook everything. The sauce, the peppers, we're gonna start it all off by beautifully searing a nice piece of steak, and then the whole dish comes together super fast. Anyway, let's get right into it and take a look at the great piece of steak we're gonna be using today. What we have right here is a very nice 2-pound flat iron steak. Yeah, and when I went to the butcher today, I was looking for some skirt steak, and they simply didn't have any. So I had to choose between flank steak and some flat iron steak. And honestly, any of those three cuts are gonna work very nicely for a Chinese stir-fried dish like this. But this is a pretty monstrous piece of meat for what we need to be doing today. I don't need all 2 pounds of it, so I think what I'm gonna do is trim about half of it off. And it's actually thinner down at this end, so I think I'll just kind of cut it about where I think it starts to thicken up, right about here. Now obviously in a Chinese style stir-fried dish, this is ultimately going to be getting sliced up and cut up very thin. So the size and configuration of it right now doesn't especially matter. And there's not really much I need to do to trim it or clean it up. You know, this thing's got a fair amount of this intermuscular fat, and that's okay. I do see a couple little spots of some silver skin that I don't necessarily want on there, so I'll get those out of there. But mostly all we have to do, for now anyway, is marinate this piece of meat. But I'm thinking about how I'm going to end up slicing this thing when it's time to add it into the stir fry. And I don't think I want great big long strips like that, but maybe something about half of that long would be pretty good. So I'm actually thinking that I'm gonna cut this right down the middle. That way we'll have essentially 2 of these little mini steaks to marinate and then sear up on the grill when the time comes. And when I slice against the grain, I'll have pretty much the perfect little pieces for my pepper steak stir-fry dish. Now let's make our marinade. We start with 3/4 of a cup of soy sauce. And to that, we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. Really any kind of oil is gonna work, but I think avocado works quite well for this. And just for some flavor, we'll also add 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. Definitely don't want to overdo the sesame oil. Then we're gonna grate in about 1 tablespoon of fresh garlic. I'll just eyeball it. That's just gonna be a couple of decent sized cloves. And about a tablespoon of some freshly grated ginger. Next, a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of red pepper flake, and lastly, 2 green onions, or more specifically, the white parts of 2 green onions. We'll just get them sliced super thin, and they're going right there into that marinade. Give that all a really good stir. God, I nearly forgot an ingredient for our marinade. I need 3 tablespoons of some Shaoxing cooking wine. Now, for real this time, our marinade is complete. So let's get these pieces of steak into a big Ziploc bag and get all of our wonderful marinade poured right in there. Seal that thing up, getting rid of most of the air in there that we can. And just give it a couple of squishes and folds and squeezes. Make sure we've got some nice solid coverage all around both of those pieces of steak. Now, this just goes into the refrigerator for a while, and how long is kind of up to you. I'm actually doing this step the night before I intend to cook this whole dish, so it's gonna have a good long marinade in the fridge. Impart lots of that flavor into the beef, tenderize it just that much more. But honestly, if you only have an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, well, that's gonna work okay too. So just marinate it for however much time you can spare. All right, it's the next day and we're getting pretty close to being ready to start making our pepper steak. And I just gotta get a couple vegetables chopped up. I've got here a yellow onion and a couple of lovely looking bell peppers. Use whatever color you want. I like a red and a green. I think they work together nicely. Now, as for how specifically you'd like to cut up your onion and peppers, well, that's really up to you. You could do thin strips, you could do chunks, you could dice it. For me, for this particular dish, I like to go more into like 1 by 1 inch squares. I think it just looks a little nicer. It's a little easier to manage in the final dish. Just something about nice little pieces about like that, but do whatever you like. As for the peppers, well, we'll do something pretty much along those same lines. Make sure to get all the seeds and stem and membrane out of there. That white pithy stuff isn't very good. And we'll just chop them up. Same exact thing for the green pepper. Beautiful. And while we're at it, let's get a couple more of those green onions. And once again, I'm just gonna use the white parts of this for now. We could use some of this green for garnish later on, but for the main dish, I just wanna chop the whites. And lastly, I've grated up a little bit more of that garlic and ginger, about a half tablespoon of each, and that's it. Prep work is done. All right, let's get our steak out of the marinade. I'll just let some excess marinade drain off of each of these lovely pieces of flat iron. Make sure I don't have any big pieces of green onion still stuck to it. Don't want those burning up. Those are looking nice. They're smelling great. So I'll set those aside for just a few minutes because we're gonna be taking the rest of that marinade and making ourselves a sauce for this pepper steak dish. So I'll get all of that extra marinade transferred over into my little cast iron saucepan here. And to that, I'm gonna add a couple more things. First, 2 tablespoons of some brown sugar and 1/2 cup of some beef stock. Get that all whisked together, and we are gonna be heating this up and bringing it to a little bit of a simmer, just a couple minutes. So now we've got our beef marinated, our sauce put together, we've got all the vegetables chopped, and now we're ready to move outside and fire up the grill. Now, one of my absolute favorite things about this Monument Grill's Denali 605Pro model is this super high heat infrared burner zone right here. And part of that is because it's got this removable grill plate and a couple of different plates you can set in here depending on what you want to do. Last time I used a griddle plate. There's also a pizza stone. But today, since we're going to be searing a steak, I want to use this sort of cross-hatch waffle print grilling plate for this. In fact, this is the only zone of the grill that I'm gonna need today. I will go ahead and get this top rack out of the way because I don't need it today, and I'll just give myself a little extra room. So let's get it fired up. Let that come up to temperature. And in the meantime, off to the left here, we've got this shelf with this other cooking zone. And this is also designed for super high temp searing of steaks or chops or whatever. But I gotta tell you, since this zone over here works so good for searing meat of pretty much any sort, I find myself using this burner over here more like a stove burner. So that's exactly what I'm gonna use to bring my sauce here up to a simmer. Just gonna bring it up to a gentle simmer, let it start cooking down a little bit. We wanna reduce all of this by maybe about a third or a half, thicken it up slightly. And when our burner over here is just about as screaming hot as I can get it, we're throwing down our marinated steaks. What I want is a hard and fast sear. Get a real good crust on there, get the outside looking beautiful all over. We're not gonna be cooking it all the way through at this step. We're just trying to get that beautiful sear on the outside. And that's really what's gonna differentiate this grill version of this classic Chinese stir-fry dish with the stuff that you would probably get at a takeout restaurant. And once we've got that beautiful hard sear on one side, I'll give them a flip. Do the same to the other side. All right, we're looking great. So these steaks are coming off, and we're just gonna set them aside for a few minutes while we get the rest of this going. Now this next thing we're gonna do is probably not considered a regulation move by the manufacturer, but I gotta tell you, when I remove the grate right out of this super high heat zone, this area pretty much perfectly fits my wok and lets me get some really good high heat stir fry cooking in my ordinary wok here. So I'm gonna let it get real good and hot here for just a couple minutes. And because I want everything completely ready when it comes time to start stir frying everything in that wok, I'll go ahead and get my steak sliced up. What I'm going for is cutting against the grain, pretty much about as thin as I can. Look at that, that's exactly what I'm looking for in there. Still completely rare on the inside because the steak is gonna be getting cooked a little bit more when we toss it in that wok. Look at how delicious and juicy that looks. All right, back to the grill. Okay, our sauce is thickened up a little bit. It's reduced by about 1/3. So I've got the heat turned off and we'll just let this sit right here till we're ready for it in a couple minutes. Because now it's wok time. So I got this wok still heating up. I'm gonna add in a couple of tablespoons of some avocado oil, maybe about something like that. Get that all swirled around there. Wait till it's just screaming hot. And then in go our onions and our red and green bell peppers. Just gonna get those tossed around a little bit, coated in that oil, cook it super hot and fast. I want those vegetables to get a little tender. I'm not looking for mushy. I still want just a tiny bit of bite to them. It's just gonna take a couple minutes. And once those peppers and onions are most of the way there, we're adding a couple more things. First, that half a tablespoon of grated garlic and grated ginger, along with the chopped up white parts of a couple green onions. Just cook all that until the garlic and the ginger are getting to be really fragrant. Only gonna be a minute. Now, as if this couldn't possibly smell any better than it already does, we're gonna ladle in some of that sauce. Cook just another minute. Let some of the liquidiness of that sauce cook off. Don't want to get rid of too much of it because we've still got some of that amazing steak to throw in there and get nice and coated. About 10 more seconds and then we're coming off. And there we have it. The most delicious, flavorful, takeout style Chinese pepper steak that you've ever seen, cooked on a grill. And tell me that's not a beautiful sight of color and texture and flavor that you'd love to dive right into. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about right there. I can't wait to get into this. It smells so good. That steak is just so tender. You know, beef can take a pretty heavy and long marinating compared to something like, say, fish. So if you can get away with it, I definitely would go for the overnight marinade. Just so much flavor, so much tenderization. That couldn't have come out any better. As for all those peppers and onions, just the perfect balance between crisp and tender. And next to the steak itself, a dish like this all comes down to that sauce. A lot of the Chinese style sauces have some similarities. They use soy sauce. They often use some sort of cooking wine like the Shaoxing, usually a sweetener, maybe some ginger and garlic. They really all do have their own unique flavor profiles depending on those specific ingredients and the ratios of them. But anyway, they're all really easy to make. And once you buy yourself a bottle of that cooking wine and some soy sauce and a few of the other rice wine vinegar and so forth, those bottles will last you forever. So if you are interested in getting into Chinese or Asian style cooking, you know, yeah, you got to buy a few things up front, but you can make so much stuff with those bottles of ingredients. Anyway, I couldn't be happier about how this pepper steak came out, and I am excited to finish eating this whole bowl full of it. So there you have it, the ultimate Chinese style pepper steak made right here at home, completely on the grill. Lots of versatility and cooking options on a grill like this. Of course, you could do the whole thing just in a wok, but I really think that putting that hard sear on the steak before slicing it up really adds a great dimension to an otherwise tasty dish. And if you want to see the full written out recipe for this pepper steak, of course, I'll put a link to it in the video description below. And if you like the looks of this great big monument Denali 605Pro grill, I'll put a link to that in the video description as well. In the meantime, be sure to like and subscribe and stay up to date with all our latest stuff, including future grilling videos. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm John, and this is Great Lakes Country.